Hello, this is Peg with Craft Room Stories. I've been at it again. I know, but this lady told me she's opened up a new thrift store and she told me she was going to be bringing a bunch of bins of lace or fabric or whatever. I didn't even have time to go through it all. I just grabbed a few things that I was sure I would like. First of all, let me just move this out of the way so we can look at it in all its glory. Okay, this to me was just a really, really pretty piece of fabric. And I thought it could go for spring or fall. It's just really pretty. Anyway, I thought it was gorgeous. I needed to have some. So, it's not purple, but it's pretty. The other thing, I got this, this was in there too, this little bow. I'll put that with my bows. I got this trim came, it was like you just bought the whole bin. It was the whole bin for a price, and she even came down on the price like by half of what she had posted and everything. And so anyway, I told you, I'm making some Christmas stuff next month, and I just thought, how gorgeous are these? And I don't know if they're vintage or not, but they don't look new. But they could be. I just have never seen anything like it. And I thought it was so pretty. There's the, the green colorway and then the red. And I just thought, how gorgeous. So they had to come with me for my Christmas. Now, she had several boxes of buttons, but I saw this and fell in love because I do love to use a button closure for my journals. And these are nice, big, sturdy buttons. Ooh, and now I'm just throwing them. I think they're probably plastic, most of them, if not all. But I don't mind that. I don't know, that one feels a little bit more metal, but I'm not sure. I don't know if I would use that as a closure, but I could. I just like it. And then there were some random things, like a little flower and stuff. And some little of those flowers. And then these, I don't think are buttons. I think they go behind a button to make it have more impact. Like, I'm just using this as an example. I wouldn't use that one with it, but oh. Then I think that fits, something like that. Fits inside that little hole. I don't know, but that's what I think. Anyway, and then there's, like, look at that. Isn't that unique? And of course it would have to go on the outside because it's, but I think that would make a fun closure. Oh yeah, here's one. Okay, those little plastic flowers go in it. Okay. You could even color those if you didn't want them to be white, which is fun, but just a box full of buttons. Love it. Okay, then there was a box of things that I separated everything out. These are things I probably won't keep or won't keep that many of. There was a whole lot of these bias tapes in this pale yellow, and I already have some. And then there's this, I'm not sure what kind of fabric this is. It's got the lines, like Shantung silk kind of does, but not the same. But then this was probably going to be used as a lining, and this is probably a polyester silky kind of a rose petal or a peach skin. That's so pretty. I really do like, I will probably keep some of that because I like it. I will probably just keep some of that because I do like yellow. And then this is that ripstop kind of fabric. I don't really use that, so that would be not helpful to me. Then there was like just some plain pink, already pre-cut fabric, and a random tie. Yep, no idea. But anyway, so that's probably the basket I will, or bin or whatever, that I will probably not keep much of that. And then there is the bin of lace, predominantly lace. Lace and a few bits of ribbon. There's some more bows. And some grosgrain ribbon. Some just plain pink ribbon, just little pieces, which is fine because I like those for clusters and stuff. Then there is these kind of appliques that are like two, they're like two pieces together. I don't know if they're supposed to stay together or what. If you know, please tell me. But there's this one, and then there's I don't know if this is actually a really pale blue, I think, or pale green. My light is not good today for some reason. But anyway, then there was just like a random bit of tasseling, not tasseling. This looks like a tassel, but it's just wound up. It's fringe. And a little thing of beads. And then there's all this lace, y'all. All this lace. This is some gorgeous kind of a maroon, brick red. Sorry, phone call. About a maroon or brick red look. Some cream. I'm trying to hold it onto things that you could see what it looks like. And this is a real pale, it's white with real pale blue little lines in the flowers on it, some pale blue. And let me get some of this out of the way. Then there was this, quite a bit of this. I love that though, it's so pretty. I love a gathered lace, and you don't have to use it gathered, you can take it apart if you don't want to use it gathered, but that's lovely. And sorry, my phone's going off. Some eyelet, love eyelet lace. Also an easy one to take apart if you don't want the gathered. Here's another design of the eyelet. I'm getting it turned inside out, which is still really cute. Just a random little piece of cream and some more kind of a maroon. This is maroon and cream mixed together. This is a weird, it's not really lace, but it has lace on it, but it's like connected. It's like that lace and ribbon, and then this is like a fabric that is pleated, and it comes in pink, and there's a little purple one, which is kind of fun. Here's like a mauve, and this one is a crocheted lace that is gathered. Oh, and then here's one in the cream of that other one. Then there's a lovely peach, and lots of cream colors, and I don't mind that because we like to use creams. Look at that, so pretty. I'm gonna have fun figuring out. I need to organize my lace again. Here's a pretty pale pink, some more mauve. This might have been from the 80s because there's a lot of 80s colors here. Peach. Just a button. Now some of this is quite, whoop, I'm sticking to it. Some of this is quite wide. Look at that. I love it though. That is so pretty. And then here's another. I don't know if that's, I think it's the same design. Still pretty. Love it. And look at this. I think that is so gorgeous. This was kind of the color of my aunt's wedding. Oh, isn't that pretty? There's quite a bit of it. And then there's some narrow lace. Just always can benefit from having narrow lace. And then there's just a little snippet piece of this ribbon. I don't know what you would call it. And some more little tiny gathered lace. Here's a real soft gray, but it's quite wide. Real soft though. And a kind of a fuchsia color. And here's some more eyelet, but quite wide. Would see that probably on a pillowcase. Some more very wide gathered with white. And then some more of this kind of green color, kind of a country green. And then we have some cream eyelet. And some, this is just, I think, a piece of lace that was probably a lace fabric. I wonder if whoever they got this from did a lot of weddings and stuff. And then this is really pretty. I love this. Look at that. You can cut those apart and use them separately. Or you could have a strip of them down a page or as a belly band. Really, really versatile of that. Some more. Oh no, this one is a collar. This one is, oh, it's part of a collar because it's got a button on one side, but no, this doesn't go around anybody's neck. But isn't that pretty? Love that. And then some more of the eyelet. And this one is real pretty. Now this has got a backing. I think this is an iron-on kind of thing. It almost feels plasticky too, so somebody tell me, and it's got this like tape stuff. So somebody tell me, what would that go on, like some sort of plastic tablecloth or something? I do not know. And here's some more of that, but this is a white instead of a cream. Lots of gathered laces. Really makes me think of the 80s design-wise. This one is quite pretty. I haven't seen that one. I like that. And then there's just kind of some tangled bits, you know. We've got, this one looks really old. I don't know that it is. It's just the color of it looks old. And then it's combined with this, all tangled together. I don't care. I'll untangle it later. And then there is, oh, it's lace edging. Here is actual, here's that stuff in a package. Lace edging for, it shows them putting it on a cabinet. I would not do that, but okay. Interesting. It's peel and stick. Oh, for shelves, decorations, and craft projects. Maybe if I just read the package. Some more of that. I'm really dry. My mouth is dry. And here is some twill tape and in red. Quite a few bits of that. And then just some actual fabric yardage. Am I saying this right? I don't know. Of lace. Just big pieces. Really pretty pale pink. And then a real pretty cream. Although this is not a full thing, because this is probably designed to go on a curtain, is my guess. But quite a lot of that. Quite a lot of lace here. A lot of stuff going on with this whole box, y'all. This is just too much goodness. I could not believe there was a whole box of lace. I lost my mind a little bit. Yes, I did. And then I had to wait because I was going to physical therapy, and I had to wait till I got home to look all through it because I just didn't have time. So I was like, oh, I got to get home so I can look through it. So y'all, I am going to be doing a live sale probably soon with Angela the Traveling Crafter, or I don't know about soon. I don't know when she'll have time. But I got to get on it and sell some stuff because it'd take me a month of Sundays to use all this lace. But I do have an addiction. I recognize that. So thank you for coming to my little mini haul. But this lady said she has more stuff. So we'll see what more stuff she has. All right. Y'all take care. Thanks for joining me today. Hugs. Bye.